Emily, why aren't you at home? Don't tell me you're outside just hanging out.
Wendy, how did you know that I'm not home? Are you in our house without permission again? You returned the house key to us, right?
Oh, I made a spare key before. I knew that a wife as mean as you would take away the house key.
What? Why are you being like this?
Shut up! Just answer my question. Where are you right now? Why aren't you at home?
I'm at work. I'm on my lunch break.
Oh my God! You haven't quit your job yet? I've been telling you repeatedly to quit your job and focus on housework, right? Why haven't you quit yet?
Yeah, you told me that, but for the next few years, I decided to work and save for the future. I talked it over with Joe and we decided together. We've explained this to you several times, haven't we?
There's no way I could agree with that.
It doesn't matter if you don't agree, Wendy. It's our future, and we decided on our own.
So you can't listen to your mother-in-law? You really are a cocky wife. I'm not saying you shouldn't work, okay? I work part-time myself. But that's because I can manage household chores perfectly. You can't even handle the chores properly, and you're still working? I've taken a good look around the house. What's with this messy room? The dishes are still in the sink, and the laundry is piling up. How many years has it been since you married Joe? It's been 3 years, right? Jesus Christ, what kind of wife are you?
I do the laundry after I get home from work. I also do the dishes when I come home. Joe helps me with other chores, so we don't have any problems with it.
Are you asking my son to do the chores? I can't believe you made your husband do the housework. Your duty as a wife is to ensure that the chores are done perfectly, and that your husband feels good when he comes home.
I see. If that's how you feel and it works in your house, that's fine. But our situation is different. My lunch break is over, so I'll leave now.
Wait a moment. Don't just end the conversation on your own. Are you kidding me? What the hell are you doing? Explain yourself properly.
What are you talking about?
Is it true that you moved with Joe 2 weeks ago? I couldn't reach you, so I went to check, and the key doesn't work anymore. I peeked through the window and the house was empty. I asked the neighbors and they said you moved 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. We moved. What's the problem with that?
Why did you do this without telling me anything? We don't need an insane wife like you. I've tolerated you until now, but I've reached my limit. I'm going to pick a new wife for my son.
What are you talking about? Joe said you're the insane one.
He's being deceived by you. I need to open his eyes.
Joe agreed to sever ties because he was fed up and decided to move with me. Making spare keys without permission, entering the house, always believing you're right and attempting to manipulate us. We relocated because finding peace seemed impossible otherwise. So we both agreed on the decision to move.
What? No way!
Oh, also, both Joe and I have changed jobs, so please don't bother our previous employers.
What?
Goodbye.
Wait! Tell me your new address! Emily! I finally found you. If you think you can run away forever, you're wrong. I knew it. God is on the side of the righteous. He's going to punish you. Prepare yourself.
What? Wendy?
Yes, it's been a while. Has it been 4 years since then?
Oh my God. What now?
So you didn't block my number after all.
Well, yes. Even though we've cut ties, you're someone we need to keep an eye on. I thought you'd given up and never contacted me. Did you contact me to give me a sermon or something?
You still don't know how to respect me. You're still the same cocky wife. Well, that ends today. I won't let you get away with it anymore.
Huh? What do you mean?
I know where you live.
What?
Moreover, it seems you're pregnant. And today is your due date, isn't it? Your neighbor told me they saw you leaving last night, saying you were in labor. Since you're replying, I assume the baby has been born already, right?
Yes, the baby was born in the middle of the night.
I thought it was time to receive an apology for vanishing without a word. But I don't want a simple apology.
Apology? I have no intention of apologizing to you, Wendy.
Wow, seriously? Well, whatever. I'll discipline you severely from now on so that you'll never be able to say such a cocky thing again. Having given birth to Joe's child is a natural thing for a wife, so don't get carried away. Having a child doesn't mean you've fulfilled your role as a wife.
Are you telling me to have a second child as soon as possible?
That's one thing. But first, let's live together.
What?
If you're the kind of mean wife who disrespects your mother-in-law and moves out without telling, I need to teach you how to be a perfect wife. Come to my house right now. Starting today, we'll live together, and I'll discipline you properly. If you don't come here within an hour, I won't show any mercy.
What are you talking about? I can't just leave the hospital like that. I just gave birth, okay? I have to stay in the hospital for a few days. Leaving the hospital after giving birth within 1 hour is impossible.
Oh, come on. While you're complaining, time is ticking away. You have 58 minutes left. Get out of the hospital now.
I mean, Wendy, today is not the time for that, right? I'm surprised you have time to message me like this. I think your priorities are clearly in the wrong order.
What are you talking about? My priority right now is to discipline my daughter-in-law and hold my grandchild. I don't care about anything else.
Your husband's funeral is happening right now, isn't it?
What? Stop it! Please don't say something so ominous. Just because my husband and I have been living separately for 3 years, that kind of lie won't work. You are going too far this time. How insensitive are you? If my husband really passed away, I, his wife, would be the first to be notified. How dare you try to deceive me with such an insane and obvious lie?
Living separately? And for 3 years? Then, you really don't know, do you?
Huh? What are you trying to say?
He passed away a few days ago. Last night was the wake, and today is the funeral. Joe and his sister will be the pallbearer.
You still tell such a lie to me?
You really don't know?
No one told me that my husband passed away.
Really?
I don't know what you are doing. You're just lying about this to avoid coming here. You really want to challenge me this way? Go ahead. I know your contact number and your address. Everything is going according to my plan. God is on my side because I'm right. No matter what you do, everything will go as I planned.
It's not really like that. There's no way I would lie about your son passing away. Just because I cut you off a few years ago, that doesn't mean I'm an insane person. Arguments like this supposedly only happen between people on the same level. So lowering myself to your level is a bit much.
That's enough. I can't believe you'd go this far to avoid living together. What you are lying about is really insensitive. You really are a disrespectful wife, making my husband's death for your own good.
If you don't believe me, why don't you check with one of your relatives? I'm still in the hospital, but Joe is live streaming the funeral, allowing me to bid farewell to my father-in-law remotely.
Listen, if you keep spouting lies, I'll have to go far like you did.
I'm only telling the truth, and I won't live with you.
What? You don't have the right to decide that.
I don't think you have that right either. Goodbye.
I can't believe my husband is really gone. You weren't lying.
Now you believe me. I heard it was really sudden. Both Joe and his sister are still trying to come to terms with it.
It's all your fault. Because you lied about my husband's death. Now he really passed away.
What? What are you talking nonsense? I'm just telling you the truth. Well, I know it's hard to process the situation. I will forgive you.
Who do you think you are? That's not the point. Why didn't anyone contact me? Even though we were living separately, I'm still his wife. They should have informed me first. Actually, shouldn't you, as a daughter-in-law, have been the one to contact me?
I cut off ties with you. Why are you expecting to get a message from me? And besides, I heard that Joe's sister contacted you.
What? She's lying. My daughter didn't contact me at all.
She said no matter how many times she called you, you didn't answer. I don't know the truth, but I don't think she would lie something like this.
Oh, wait. I received a lot of calls the other day. I was busy trying to track down your new address. I thought somebody was calling the wrong number. It was so annoying, so I blocked that number.
Oh, I see. So it's not like nobody contacted you, but you're the one who rejected the call. Then you shouldn't blame her, you know?
Oh, Lord. Why do I have to suffer like this? You really have to be kidding me. When will you stop disrespecting me? Who do you think you are? Stop acting like you are better than me.
I've been feeling this way for a long time. If you're going to message me like this, could you just get to the point?
I'm talking about my husband's will. It's terrible that he excluded me from his inheritance. Other assets that I could get are almost nothing. It's really unfair.
That has nothing to do with me, right? Why are you contacting me? I'm not a therapist to listen to all your rants.
You must have said something to my husband.
Of course not.
No. All the recent misfortunes are entirely your fault. Everything happened because you didn't fulfill your duties as my son's wife.
Please stop making baseless accusations like that.
So, what happened with living together?
What? Are you still talking about that?
I'm heading to your house right now. Even though I had finally found your place that day, it got complicated with my husband's funeral. But this time, it won't be the same. Starting today, I'll be moving in. From now on, you must change your cocky attitude and do your best to take care of me. I'll discipline you to have a proper attitude as my son's wife. It's all your fault that I've become miserable. Take care of me properly and atone for your sins. What the hell is this? Did you deceive me again?
Now what? Can you just tell me directly what you want? I'm so fed up with your lecturing. Just tell me what you want.
I'm even more fed up with you. Why aren't you at home? I told you we're living together starting today.
I didn't agree with it. I've moved back to my parents' house with my newborn daughter for safety.
For safety? What do you mean? Do you think I'm a threat?
Oh, so you're aware of it. We are planning to move to a new place after things settle down.
Moving? You're moving again?
Technically, we've already moved. Joe has taken care of everything.
He did? No way. I know what you're doing. You're deceiving and manipulating Joe. There's no way Joe would move without me.
Well, it's happening. I have 1 month left on my contract for that old place, but I have no plans to go back.
Why not? I've been saying that we will live together.
Why would I want to live with someone like you? To not get involved with you ever again, we moved out and cut off ties with you 4 years ago. Yet now that you tracked us down, I feel like being told to live together again is a horror story.
That's your opinion, right? You're ignoring Joe's opinion. In his true feelings, he probably wants to live with his mother. Instead of a wife like you who can't even do her chores, I'm sure he'll choose me.
I just told you that Joe took care of everything about moving. I also mentioned that he supported the decision to cut ties with you. Joe is tired of your irrational and insane mindset. If you are still concerned about how I handle the housework, you don't need to worry. I already quit my job and now dedicate myself to it. We saved money while working together before, so now I can be a stay-at-home mom since we have a child.
Oh, is that so? I thought you were incompetent as a housewife, and that you were using work as an excuse.
That's not true. But I still want Joe to help with housework and childcare. He also told me that he wanted to help me. So I'm sure you will keep nagging about it if we live together. Raising a child under such circumstances is not good for the child. So I will never tell you where we're moving to next. Of course, this is a decision made by both Joe and me.
Then where should I live?
If I remember correctly, you were living separately from your husband, right? Why don't you just go back to the place where you were living separately?
I couldn't pay the rent, so I was evicted.
What? I think you had a part-time job 4 years ago. Did you quit?
I quit that a long time ago.
What?
Even though we were living separately, my husband provided for my living expenses and rent. I received enough money to get by without needing a part-time job if I cut back a bit. But unexpectedly, my husband passed away. I've been spending what money I have left in hopes of getting an inheritance from my husband. Now, my wallet and bank account are empty. I don't even have money to stay in a motel.
Are you serious? You really thought you'd inherit something?
I'm his wife, you know. Even though we were living separately, I'm still his wife, so I have the right to inherit, don't I? I never expected he would do this to me.
I heard that the reason for the separation was because you used his money without permission.
Why are you talking about that now?
I'm telling you because I think it's relevant. I don't know the details about what happened exactly, but it seems that made him decide to exclude you from the inheritance.
What?
A wife must take care of the house perfectly and make sure the husband feels good when he comes home. You said something like that to me before, right? Saying that while stealing your husband's money? What kind of joke is that? I think you should look for a job first, rather than spending money on transportation in search of a place to live. I think getting a job where you could stay in a dormitory would solve most of your current problems. There should be some jobs that allow you to start working the same day.
You said you are living with your parents. Well then, I'll move in with you there.
I don't think you know my parents' house address.
What?
I still remember when we used to live together, you tore up and threw away the Christmas card sent by my parents. After that, I don't think you have had an opportunity to know our address, am I correct?
Whatever, just tell me where you are.
I don't want to.
You're going against me? I'm your mother-in-law. Who do you think you are?
We've already cut off ties with you. Who do you think you are?
Excuse me? What did you say? What a cocky wife you are.
I'm tired of hearing that.
Shut your mouth.
All right, let's call it a day. There's no need to continue this conversation.
What do you mean? No.
I've told you many times, we've cut off ties with you. I had to respond this time because you forced your way in, and there was also your husband's matter. But I hope you're grateful for the time and attention I've given. Instead of complaining about me, you should think about your own future. I wish you all the best.
Wait! You will need to get a lecture from me on how to be a good wife. I haven't even held my grandchild yet. Answer me! Emily, please!
It seems Wendy sought help from her daughter and relatives, but no one offered help, as everyone knew about all the drama. With no one to help, she apparently went to an employment agency while crying. There, she was introduced to a job with dormitory accommodation. But the job was too hard for her, and she quit after 3 days. Now, no one knows where she went. I heard a rumor that someone spotted a homeless person who looks similar to her, but I'm not sure if it is true or not. My husband and I are busy raising our child, so we don't have the time to confirm. To avoid becoming a person like Wendy, we are working hard to provide proper education for our child.